Somebody called a woman here and told her that her husband is not wise, that he allowed Azuka to be using him. See the way they call my name. And he's having children. Who will train his children for him? You love this brother now more than me. When he was crippled, where were you? Where were you? When he lost his 2 legs, where were you? When he came back from that journey, and he had only 20,000. And he went to get that 20,000. And they took it away from him, and he was left with nothing. Where were you? Where were you? If I want to be like other ministers, do you know the number of people that call me from abroad? And I told you, I don't save their number. I never ask any one of them to send a dime to me. Do you want to correct some things? The one at New York keep calling me, sir, when are you coming to New York? We're ready for you. Come. There was a time she was tempted to come down to Nigeria. Let's come and see if you can come. Because they are surprised. Other pastors, just one invitation, they're already there. Those are the places. Now if they send me $1,000, if I go and change it, it's going to be 800,000. I'll be whatever. Is it 800? I'll be 80,000. Anything. Good amount of money. It's 800,000. Good money. We never do a thing like that. You don't throw the manual that is leading you. I've dropped it openly here. I don't think any leader can say so. Who among you since 2018 have called you and said, send me money? You open your mouth and told somebody's wife that what do you want that woman to do to the husband? If actually it's the husband building us. That's the worst insult to the Almighty God. Kingdom power belongs to God. Kingdom power belongs to God. Absalom's spirit does not lead any man to the land of success, of freedom. It cuts short life. Absalom's spirit will make you an enemy to God and to man. Absalom's spirit will uproot you from your place in history. Absalom's spirit will lead you to untimely death. Absalom's spirit will make nature to hate you, reject you, and abandon you. You saw what happened to him at the point of his death. The mole that carried him go to an oak. An oak took over his hair. Do you see such excruciating pains he went through before he died? And the hair was, hung on that branch of the oak. And the mole said, you God have abandoned you, man abandoned you, me, the mole just get out and was looking at him. Heaven rejected him. Earth rejected him. Man rejected him. God rejected him. He was suspended there. Think about such pains he went through. I've said it time and over again. There is one motive for me over this movement: the happiness of God. The happiness of God. That's why whenever I come and smile, my day is made. I asked my workers on Tuesday, have I ever changed my topic of message in this church because of the offering? During this cashless, whatever they call it, sometimes on Sunday, what you see here is not, it will not be up to 3,000 naira. After they pay for canopy, pay for everything, expense they want to pay here, nothing remains there. And I told them a church that they will come, and the pastor will call the assistants and say, it's like we have an attack in our church. Right there on Sunday service, go and prepare a message. Let's raise money. That's what they are going to do that day. In spite of whatever that enters here, Kingdom Power preach for tithe and offering once in a year. Once in a year. Why we preach it is because it is scriptural. It's supposed to be preached. We're not preaching it to push you. It is what you're supposed to do. You do it, you get blessing. You don't do it, the blessing is withheld. Is it common like this? Other places? They push for money. They push for money. They scheme for money. They strategize for money. Please, if you are thinking it's because we are making money here, come and stand here just for 1 month. Okay. I'm not here for money. We're here to correct errors in Christendom. At Panti, I referred them. I told them, this is our site. Go through our site. We're here to correct errors in Christendom. This is our site. Go through. That was why the other day I went with Guardian newspapers. 3 of them. I gave them a says, any day you like it, go to the market, you get it. This is what we stand for. This is what we stand for. What makes a man unchristian is speaking that which you do not know. Do not speak because you have mouth. Speak because you have the facts on ground. Listen to me, those of you that are talking about these women, their husbands are there. If any of those women, they are hearing me, said anything otherwise, God will hold them. Because it is their consent that send their husband to where they are today. Still, we will not allow them to get to a situation they will say so. And still, everything will not be rosy now. If any of them say no, it doesn't matter what revelation is, that man will go nowhere. Will go nowhere. Why I am, nobody taught me that, but it was personal experience. It was her full support that made me to finish that 5 years. Because if she didn't give me support and I came back, that time she would be going to the street by 10 p.m. She would definitely not go. No, she would not want to go. To prove a point, if I told you this journey, you say no. But I asked her, can we go? She said yes. Are you sure? Yes. And when she was saying yes, she didn't understand fully what she's going to go through. Say yes. And I discover when a woman gives a support like this, she will do everything to encourage that journey. That's why I bring them. And also, there's no way you can go to a family and pull a man out without full support of his second best. Not minding how urgent that call is. No. Then God will not be involved. God will not be part of it. None of them can say anything because they say go. Yes, when they have need, they can say, we have need. And if the need is available, we meet. If it's not available, we hold on first. And I am so happy such talk is coming. The day we will distribute into their hand some things, and you have access to those documents, you understand today better. I don't want to go deeper in that. Absalom spirit is anti-progress. Absalom spirit scatters and destroys God's own business. And that's why God never spare Absalom wherever he find one. God must destroy Absalom. Think what Israel would have been like if Absalom had succeeded in destroying David. It doesn't matter the Ahithophel Absalom employ into his team. Both Ahithophel, Absalom, God will destroy them because they will destroy his business. Look at him here. People will come to seek for justice. He will only ask them, which tribe do you came from? He will tell them the tribe. Without asking them, what is your matter? What do you come with? He will tell them your matter is good. You are just. You are righteous. It's just because king neglected you people. King does not care for you people. King is not interested in you people. There's nobody deputized there to hear you people. Had it been, I am here. You and the person want to. He said, no. We are all together, my brother. That kissing is like Judas' own to destroy you. To destroy you. The leader is not caring. That's why he's send their husband there and leave you here. The leader is not caring. That's what Absalom says. That's what Absalom says. He does not care. He's only interested in his case. He's only interested in his life. He's only interested in this. Are you people aware that I don't care about luxury than the business of my Father? I do not care about it. Somebody met me very close to me. Say, sir, why are you still deciding to be trekking? Entering back. I don't like it. Look at the way those Abokis doing when you carry you. I was just looking. He said, because I know you. If you have decided or desire it, you will get it. I know you have it. I laughed. I asked the person question. How can I do that when I'm in rentage? How can I do that when during service I see church members under the kind of sometimes sun will scatter them? That I will never do so. I will not do so. The person was shocked. I said, yes. I can't do it. Sometimes during rain, you see them scampering for, and I'll be riding. No. If I will sell it up auction. Sell it. There is one. I do not. You heard what that enemy that came on Tuesday said. He said, I was shocked myself. If not that our Father confirmed it. That from the first day, second, not even day, they were cast down from heaven. He never showed forth. He never came out from where he was. Never show forth. Never show forth. He says, righteous one cannot come down to earth because of what they made the earth to be like. That for him to come down, somebody, man, must bring him down. And the way they make this earth, no man. And when all of a sudden, Baba, he said, I'm seeing, he said, like, this is real. Can there be a man that will turn his back from wealth, from finance, from women? My mentor says, none of these things moved me. Neither do I count my life dear unto me. We are pursuing eternal values, not perishable things. We're pursuing things that at the long run, you will still see those things. There are sometimes I deliberately tell you people the kind of mind I have, but I'll throw it open. Some of you, I ask a question the other day. If somebody stopped by the roadside now, you are just going, maybe you are at the bus stop, and somebody comes there with maybe a V-boot, Mercedes V-boot or 190 and stop to carry you, will you enter? Some of you say, no. If somebody stop to pick you now just to give you a lift with Mercedes 200, will you enter? No. That is the way I see any automobile on the road. It's good today. Tomorrow, it will no longer be good. To be rejected. Do not allow this war we will fight today to touch you. Do not allow this war we are to fight today to touch you. Do not allow the enemy to employ you and to fill you with Absalom's spirit. Look at what he did here. He was able to deceive 200 men. In their simplicity, they did not know the cause with which they are running, what they were running for. They just follow because with sweet tongue, they follow why is King David doing like this now to his own son? I'm not, what's the name? What's the name? The first one. I'm not, whatever, has died. It's Absalom now. He's the head. Why is King Solomon and David doing like this now? Maltreating his this thing. King or prince, whatever your name, we follow you. In their simplicity, he deceived them with his sweet tongue, and they formed a gang against David. Where is Absalom after the oak caught up with him? What will become the lot of those 200 after their principal Absalom is gone? Absalom's spirit will never establish you in life. It will throw you up and waste you. That's why no church that want to go far in life will entertain Absalom spirit in their midst. They will do everything to uproot it at the infant stage, just like David and Joab uprooted Absalom at his infant stage without allowing him to gain ground. Without allowing him to gain ground. If you allow Absalom to gain ground, Absalom will destroy everything good. Absalom is anti-good, anti-truth. Look at verse 13 of our text. There came a messenger to David saying, the hearts of the men of Israel are after Absalom. Now, look at 14. And David said unto all his servants that were with him at Jerusalem, arise, let us flee. Do you see what Absalom will cause in the camp of the righteous? He will destabilize everything. It is Absalom's spirit that calls that produces confusion. He said, for we shall not else escape from Absalom. Make speed to depart, lest he overtake us suddenly and bring evil upon us and smite the city with the edge of sword. Absalom goes side by side with evil. Wherever you see Absalom, you see evil. Wherever you see Absalom, you see destruction. Wherever you see Absalom, you see disunity, confusion, and unrest. If you must talk that which you know. There are things in the church that you are not permitted to talk about. Church is a sacred thing. There are things you never dabble into. if you are not called upon. There are things you never allowed yourself into in the church. Church is a rock of offense. Whoever that fall onto it shall be broken into pieces. Whoever that rock fall upon will be grinded into powder. Saul, it is hard for you to kick against the prick. That's church. Upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Why? Any gate of hell that raise up will be crushed. Heaven decided for total war that will cut short all Absaloms in the church. Spirit, human. But I told you before we started, if you are part of it, between now and Monday, once it is 11:59.9999 of Monday, it expires. Once it is 12 on the nose, Tuesday morning, it has expired. It has expired. The weight of what I am talking is too heavy. Model your tongue. Let your tongue speak that which becometh righteousness, holiness, purity. Let your tongue speak that only will promote this movement. Let your tongue speak to encourage. Seek the interest of your father David. Do not destroy what God has committed into your father David to build for both his generation and future generations coming. If you do, this generation will curse you. Generations coming will curse you. How can a son fight his father? What will you use? Have you not heard that in what abunyen na yenu ngwongwo na ngwongwo ayochisie ya anya? Have you not heard about it? Speak that will only promote this movement. Desist from anything that will cause confusion. This is your father's business. And he has told you the only business he has on earth. Listen to this. God will do everything unthinkable by men and demons to protect this movement. Listen to this, if a whole nation block the way against this movement, God will wipe them off the earth. If a continent block the way against this movement, God will flush them of the earth. If a family, if an individual block the way against this movement, God will smoke the person out of the way. He told you his feet is on the center of the earth. Nobody will take him out again. You think those words are empty words? Whenever he speaks such words, just watch him. He will bounce, sometimes 3 times. He's telling you, I have come to stay. I plant myself. No man have what it takes to root me out. You don't see the confidence with which we speak. Out there are not comfortable. That word are not comfortable. But because of he that owned this business. You saw what took place on Sunday. You saw the body that came to fight and told us that this Christianity we are practicing cannot be practiced on earth, that it can only be practiced in heaven. Now you began to wonder, this multitude that trooped out on Sunday, where would they end up on the last day? At the lake of fire. Already they told you, this is a leader leading them, that this what you are practicing cannot be practiced here. It's in heaven. If you don't practice this kind of Christianity here, heaven will not accommodate you. They have used everything to fight, to get us out. You heard what they told you? They invited me. They have done that spiritual. They have done that physically. And I say, no, I don't need their friend. I don't need their association. And at least the constitution of both God and man allows us for choice of association. Freedom of association. You can choose to belong. You can decide, I am not belonging. And nobody has any constitutional right, spiritual right to force you. God will not even force you to be born again. He will show you the way if you like. I told our workers on Tuesday, and I want to tell every one of you, that enemy that came on Tuesday says, it is never possible for the righteous one to come down to this earth because of what they turned the earth into. And at the end of the day, he agreed, so it is possible. He asked, so you are the one. They told me this story. You have not reached 5 years, so I can see you face to face. So you are the one. And I told the workers, kingdom power have achieved what the entire humanity, over 8 billion people on earth, the whole dark world, the demons and devils said it will never be possible. We have achieved that. All that we needed to do now is all of us join our hands together to uphold what we have achieved. We are the greatest generation, the best that ever lived on this earth by achieving this goal. By achieving this goal. That's why enemy are not comfortable. They are doing everything. What happened? It took us by surprise. You heard them sometimes saying that. Took them by surprise. Would you want them to take back the earth again? Would you? Would you? Would you want iniquity and lawlessness to take over the earth again? Why don't you encourage us? We're not demanding much from you. We're not taskmasters. How many times do you give offering when you come to Kingdom Power Church? How many times? How many times? Has anybody forced you that you must come and give offering? Do you have any booklet with you as your tithe register? Has anybody called you from Kingdom Power and asked you, why have you not paid your tithe? We're not taskmasters. We're not here to leash on you. No. I told you people, the only thing I want to do for you people is to hold your hand and take you to heaven. If you want to go there. And any right-thinking man, we want to go there. Why? I told a brother came to see me yesterday. When we came to this life, there are a lot of people we met. They are no more here. And the earth do not know that they have left. Because the earth is getting, more populated. And I told him, very soon, people of our age will no more be here. And the earth will keep populating. That's why a right-thinking man will always be thinking of his eternity, because we do not have a permanent home on earth. And if you are thinking right, you came a place where demons and devils are baffled that what they say it will never happen has taken place, and you allow them to push you to be doing Did you hear? Don't you see that there is something? The person is suffering from spiritual kwachoko. Is spiritual malnourished. So the head is bigger, the tummy is bigger, the bum is small. Would you agree with me today to flush out Absalom out of the way? Would you agree with me? Yes, sir. To kill Absalom and take them out of the way? Yes, sir. Would you agree with me? Yes, sir. Are you sure? Yes, sir. And after today, any Absalom that come your way, you will throw stone at him. Yes, sir. Because he never come to you for good. However he quoted, with whatever he quoted in species, it is not for your good. It's for destruction. It's not for your good. It's for destruction. That's why you vehemently tell him, no. 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 Why they are doing this is to take your blessings away from you. A sister came on Sunday, told me I'm going to see my daughter. The child lie across, and there is panic. I said, when you get there, if you need my prayer, call me. She got there. She called. While I was praying the prayer, I saw the baby from this side. I saw heaven from this right-hand side of that woman turning the baby. I kept quiet. On Tuesday, hey, sir, hey, thank God, hey. I said, that's what they want to take away from you people. That's what they want to take away from you. There is nothing in life that is difficult, that when I take my voice to heaven, that heaven will not respond. Whatever that thing is. Whatever it is. And I take my voice to heaven. Heaven will never keep quiet. When my voice goes there, heaven will never keep my voice to attend to any other thing. Whatever heaven is doing and my voice goes up, heaven will suspend that and attend to that voice. And that is what the enemy want to take away from you, not from me. Because if you was here, the moment Absalom turned himself to whom he later became, he was never in a good time with David. He never received anything from David. The only thing that David had was his destruction. That's what the enemy wants. And that's why, as you have accepted and agreed that we are going to take Absalom out from kingdom power, stand tall, stand strong. After this program, never allow anyone to come and whisper to you. Some of them that are like this 200, that out of your simplicity, because you do not understand, and through your questions and investigations, the Absalom now cornered you. You pull out so that you will not be wasted with Absalom. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying? Please, heaven, God told me something. He says a man that had a child before and later lost that child, and for years stayed without children. If he later have anyone, he will do everything to protect them. And he's talking about you. When he lost Adam at the garden, God never had anyone. Israel came. I told you last Sunday, they were servants to him. There were places in God Israel never entered because they were servants to him. They were never born again in the sense of what redemption brought to us. Their sins were never forgiven. It was covered. And anything that's why you see whenever they make a mess, heaven will uncover it. And dealt with them severely until Jesus came on the cross, and carried his blood and went down to where they were. And because of the yearly sacrifice they were making. But redemption came to purchase children for him. And after the third generation, everything went berserk. Everything scattered. And God remains childless. God remains childless. And now he has gotten one. Don't ever be part of anything that will touch kingdom power. Kingdom power is not a church name on a signboard. Kingdom power is a being. That's why he is heavy. I've told you some time ago, when you are stranded in the realm of the spirit, mention that name, kingdom power. Mention that name. It's not a name on the sign. It's not a church name on the signboard. It's a being. That's why you always see 3 pillars. This place. Those 3 pillars you are seeing here are kingdom power. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. That's kingdom power. Don't ever be part of anything that will affect this movement. God will never close his eyes and watch anything he creates to undermine this movement. Today, we will crush them. Today, we will uproot them. Today, we will destroy them. Today, we will tear them down. Today, we will destroy them. Look at Jeremiah chapter 15. Verse 2, it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as for death to death, such as for sword to sword, such as for famine to famine, and such as for captivity to captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, says the Lord: the sword to slay, the dogs to tear, the fowls of heaven and the beasts of the earth to devour and to destroy. And I will cause them to be removed into all kingdoms of the earth. Because of Manasseh, the son of Hezekiah, king of Judah, for that which he did in Jerusalem. That's the word. Look at verse 8. Their widows are increased to me above the sands of the sea because of destruction. I brought upon them against the mother of the young people a spoiler at noonday, and I'll cause them to fall upon it suddenly, and terrors upon the city. She that had borne 7 languished. She had given up the ghost. Her son is gone down while it was yet day. She had been ashamed and confounded, and the residue of them will I deliver to the sword before their enemies, saith the Lord. It is a decisive war. Death we kill today. Sword we kill today. Destruction we destroy today. The door of gates of captivity will be opened today, and men and women will go into captivity. It's a day of war. Total war. Total war. The way freedom came down to David, when Joab strike 4 darts to the heart of Absalom and used the sword, because a young man came and said, Joab, I seen Absalom. Where? What did he do? He said, get out from the way. You saw Absalom and you kept quiet. It's not the time of discussion. And Joab went there by himself and struck those 4 darts into his heart. And the young man bent his head, and Joab cut him off, dug the ground, dumped him there, sent message to David. Victory is back. And David returned back to Jerusalem. If you allow Absalom, it will create an abomination that makes desolate. Absalom slept with all his father's concubine on the open roof, because he want to commit abomination that will make Jerusalem to abhor David. When they are speaking with good tongue, their heart is bitter. They are never there for you, but they want to use you to succeed. And once they succeeded, they will pollute everything, because Absalom will never succeed in righteousness, in purity, in holiness. He will take them out of the way, because Absalom belonged to darkness. Rise on your feet. We will start from the spirit, then we'll end with the physical. We'll first of all deal with spiritual Absaloms that has employed physical Absaloms. We must have rooted them out those spiritual Absaloms will come back to physical, make an utter end of them, then we can go home. We may not keep you till 6 p.m. So, are you ready? Yes, begin to wave your hands to Jesus. Wave your hands to Jesus. Our Father is decisive. We want to make an utter end of wickedness.